All right, welcome back to the NFL Monday show, a little week 5 rewind. We're going to be seeing, do I still suck at fantasy sports? Yes. My volume's up too high, and I have another YouTube stream playing, and it just got very loud up in here. So we're off to a great start. This is the Monday energy we needed. Let's just play a goddamn intro song, and let's go.
Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
Yes, sir. Let's go. I'm fully caffeinated. I'm even fully hydrated. I'm just ready to cook for an hour. It was nice to have the morning off. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know if I had enough basketball stuff to fill an hour this morning. And I was like, let's clean up. Let's do some logistical stuff. So we worked on some other stuff this morning. As you can see by all of these new members in here, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second. We got Regulator here. We needed to wait to go live until Matt Rule had been fired. So glad that's happened. Fenny, DC1, We the People, Jesse's here, AJB in the house, Mac Tech, Borland, Stone Cold, Stubbs is here, Orion, We the People, TJ Sir, hello, Blaze Moore's here, Jimmy Peacock, Ryan, Big Ticket, JC Dynasty, Daniel's here, Chuckerberg, Patrick, J Blaze, Kung City, Top Shot, Hot Shot. Oh, look, even Nick on his day off from Athlete Studio. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. Still checking in. Sneeps is here. Speaking of Athlete Studio, they'll be back next week for our normal Monday rewind show. So stay tuned for that. Sneeps in the house. Good to see everybody. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, do all the things those sick ass streamers tell you to do. Couple of low volume, Miklo. Is it low volume for you, bro? Let me see. That might be low volume for you, Miklo. Let me know in the show if that's true. All right, what else do we have? Want me to email you a Richard Sherman NFT to pack rip? Yeah. Let's do that. That's fun. I like that. Let's do that. Wow, look at that. We're in real time. We're cooking. I see Will Fitzgerald here. Matt Cushman, good to see you. So a couple logistical things as we get started with today's show. If you're in the Discord, you saw the announcement. We're tweaking the Discord a little bit so that we can, I don't know, it needed to clean up. We needed to clean up. I also wanted to reward the VIPs a little bit more. So there's still plenty of channels in there if you're not a YouTube VIP, but a lot of like the NBA Top Shot and NFL All Day content is going to be behind the YouTube VIP paywall. And all that is $1.99. If you sign up for that, that gets you right into all that stuff. You just sync on the Discord. So appreciate all who have already done that. I'll also say too, if you are someone who, if you guys remember almost like a year ago now, when we get to like our first 1,000 that were in the Discord, you were automatically given the OG holder role. So if you're a first 1,000 and you don't want to be a YouTube VIP, I think that's rude, but you also don't need to do that to get that sweet alpha. So, if you haven't signed up for the VIP, you can see there's a link in the show notes that'll take you right there. And I appreciate everyone that's done it to support. But we got to start making that paper, baby. We need to start making that paper. So that's what we're doing today. For content purposes for the rest of the week, tomorrow we'll have the morning show, and I think we'll have Watch Her Work. on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, we'll have the morning show, the NFL show, Shot Tank. Thursday, we've got the morning show. And then Friday, we got sweet, sweet content. We've got the morning show, the football show, and the happy hour. But the big news, and I promise I'll start to get into some actual shit in a second. The big NBA show next Tuesday on the first day of the season. I know I've talked about this a lot. We're going to have 8 hours from noon to 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got a lot of fun stuff. It's presented by So Rare, which is very exciting. So Rare is going to provide us with some merch, as well as some in real life NBA tickets to give away that day on the show. And let me just hit you with some of the guests we're having. Katie Hendel from the Basketball Feelings is a great writer and a blogger. Just had an awesome article drop on the Warriors situation that I definitely recommend checking out. We have Samus Fondiari from Light Years Pod talking Warriors. We got the No Dunks guys from Skeets and Trey, the Top Shot Hot Boys. Eddie Ricari and Shady are going to swing by. Harrison Fagan from SB Nation, Sean Hyken, who follows and reports on the Blazers. We've got Casey Kiernan from AM Hoops. LG Doucette from the First Mint's going to come by, rip a bunch of packs, and give some stuff away. So we have so much content coming at you next week. So get excited for that. We're going to have a bunch of stuff. Oh, Nick gave us 3. All right. So we'll do that after we talk some all day stuff. And this week in football, we're going to rip some Richard Sherman's, which is pretty exciting. So guys, a lot of stuff coming at us. I also want to talk like Dapper just in general. As we get towards the end, based on a couple of things from the weekend and just some people firing tweets around. I just figure it'd be a good time to do that. So I think that's it for the content. Let's get into like what's going on with the foot. Like what big takeaways from this weekend is that I still suck at fantasy football. It was a real bummer. It was just gross. It was gross all the way around. It's just when the chalk hits like that, it just takes a lot of the fun out of it. But hey, the NFC East is wild. We've got the Giants are 4-1, the Cowboys are 4-1, the Eagles are 5-0. We've got Eagles and Cowboys next week. This is going to be really exciting. This is going to be really exciting for the NFC East folks to get like a fun Sunday night game, which we had last week too. We had, this past week, last night we had the Bengals and Ravens, which that was a fun game just so everyone could lose their shit about fourth down calls. I think that's become like one of the most over talked about. I think it's important, but one of the most over talked about things is just watching everyone tweak out on Twitter and on podcasts after they're like, oh, you know what, dude? Analytics have gone too far, okay? When do we start using our brain a little bit and maybe a little bit of our heart, okay? I've been watching the game, and I can feel it deep down in my bones that they can't get a first down. So we're going to punt here and play defense. Like, I'm just so tired of that entire conversation. It's just boring. It's just boring. Anyways, but yeah, let's take a look at NFL all day. We had quite a few. The first thing I want to look at actually is we're going to look at the market before we dive in, because there was a lot of conversation around the market diving. And so let's look at it right now. We're going to go over to Own the Moment, proud sponsor of our Team Hold morning content. Let's go look at sets. Can we just by sets? There we go. So you're gonna see there's a lot of stuff down. Let's do the 7 days though. Most of the stuff is down except for the launch codes. And these are because more moments. It has more to do with the CD Lamb burning challenge that we've talked about already. In the trenches, another rare, and then opening acts, the historical moments. So I think something that's interesting about the market is people seem every single week, people check the market on Monday and then they tweet out, oh my God, things are down again. At some point, we have to remember that this happens every single week, and then around Wednesday, it bounces back a little bit. Now, maybe it's not bouncing back as high as it once was, so I think it's a fair conversation to have, especially on the cusp of a pack drop. But let's remember what happened 2 or 3 weeks ago when we had the last pack drop, right? We're in the midst of the playbook, so a lot of stuff is diving because people were spec buying stuff that didn't make it, and then so that price goes down, and then you have people selling out of some stuff because they're like, you know what, I'm not going to get 100 yards. Let me sell out so I can get some dapper to then buy packs. So there's like a lot of different mechanics that are involved in that. And that's not to say like it's everything's fine, because I do think, again, and I'm going to save that part of the conversation for a little bit later. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind, like that. This is very cyclical. We've done this so many times, especially with the pack drop tomorrow. Which again, they lower the prices, so the premium pack is down to a $99 price point, and then with that gives you a shot at a legendary. We get a bunch of new rookies coming to the platform, and then the common price, I believe, is still the same, right? So the common prices go down. I can't remember. Somebody in the chat can let me know. But let's go over, look at the playbook challenges. Also, feel free to fire in your thoughts if you get something to say about that stuff. But I'm still not in full panic mode. I think a lot of people right now, again, I feel like I want to save part of this conversation towards the end of the show. But there's a lot of PTSD energy in the NFL all day streets because a lot of us have come from the top shot streets all the way to the NFL all day streets. So I can sense it. I can sense everyone's like, not again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You better be hot. So I don't know, something to. We'll save it. Let's go back over here. Check out the challenges. Also, Quadzilla in the streets. John Hickey's here. Jump Shooty's here. Go ahead, like the stream, subscribe. All right, back over to, let's go check out the challenges. Let's go check out the challenges. So the Sunday slate, you needed 17 moments. This is pretty good. I'm into this shit. I think it's good. I think the Sunday slate challenge is worth 25 yards. It should be harder than the rest of the challenge. I like the idea that it required 17 moments. I like the little defensive player wrinkle. I like that it was hard to project and predict. I like that. Yeah, Top Shot comment says, big picture, not good that all day market is so wrapped up in challenges. That's where we'll save it. We'll save it. So there you go. It costs a whopping. Let me go over. Wow, it took a minute for that to load, but the low ask is $375. You can see I had 10 of the 17. I sold a couple moments out of it. You got Dynamo Brown, I want to call him. What's so fun about Brown making it is, I don't know if you guys remember, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, Amon-Ra St. Brown absolutely just drove by, murdered this guy from the sideline, just being like, I didn't even think I saw him out there, which is brutal. And then he comes out. I think he catches 2 balls, both for touchdowns, which was awesome if you rostered Terry McLaurin this week. So there you go. You get Andy, the Red Rocket Dalton, Taysom Hill, which honestly can just F right off. DK Metcalf. Then you needed a rare tier or higher moment of one person with a sack. You can see that seems to be the bottleneck here. Jeffrey Simmons right now is the low ask of $66. Ryan Tana Mountain. Gabe Davis. Fenny, where are you at, baby? Gabe Davis, huh? Not bad, Fenny. Not bad, Fenny. So there you go. That's Gabe Davis. We got Zach Wilson. We'll save that joke. We also have Tony Pollard, Alvin Kamara, Matthew Stafford, Breece Hall. You got Josh Allen, who went nuclear. Gino, Austin Eckler, Carson Wentz, and Cooper Kupp. So you needed a ton of moments. So there we go. Let me catch up on some of the comments here. But I enjoyed this challenge. I enjoyed that I had the mental fortitude to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I don't have enough moments. So I'm not going to buy into it. What else? Let me see what's going on in the chat. I spent up for it. Lots of good players without a bunch of huge pumps. Yeah, I thought that was I saw Mike Weisberg put this into the chat or into the Discord yesterday. He was just kind of justifying, hey, why I spent up for this. And I think that's a good point, John, right? Like if you don't have a lot of these moments, and again, no financial advice, but say you don't have a DK Metcalf, a Gabe Davis, and Alvin Kamara, like these didn't pump too much. They kind of stayed where they were, and you're buying moments of good players, right? So you don't have to go out there and buy some Garbaggio. It's like, okay, I'm getting good players. Sunday slate was a lot of fun tracking during the games. Seemed like 50-yard plays were popping everywhere. It did, right? I mean, the very first play of the Bills game, just like bonkers. Yeah, it was exhausting. All right, there we go. I had them all and caved to buy the defensive rare. Cray says, good to see Cray. The gamification is great, but it's just rugged all the bigger collectible moments. Tom Brady debut. Yeah, this is one of the big talking points for later, I think, is that and AJ came on the NFL All Day show that we did yesterday, the pregame show. There is this like weird balance that they're trying. It's like a hard needle to thread, right? To make make it so you can have this like gamification. You can have fun if you're a relatively new user and you're just like messing around trying to pick up some playbook yards without having to break the bank. However, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of reason to go up and buy those Legos and big rares unless you're just like hashtag collectibles. So it is a little tricky, Craig. I agree with you there. What else you got? What else you got? None of those moments really pump those, so your net cost isn't really a lot. Yeah, I like that. Jamie Darte says we need gifting on all day now. If it has limitations, though, they can never say they are a blockchain company because that would go against everything crypto and blockchain is made for. Jamie, here's the thing, man. I think, again, if you were there, if you got, this is why you guys should be watching the Sunday pregame show, baby. Gifting is something that is going to come, but it's not at the front of mind right now. But I think it's important that they don't roll it out right away. I think this is something that needs to be really well thought out. And I'm okay with some like restrictions around gifting only because, dude, and again, this goes back to the PTSD thing, man. The gifting, it's a little, I don't know. It's a little wild. It's a little wild if it's not well thought out, right? Because once you turn that faucet on, it's like a fire hose. It's not, they're not gonna be able to be like, hey, JK, let's turn this shit back off. So there you go. I don't know. I think they should be thinking about it a little bit more. Anyway, so this is back to the Sunday challenge. Let me know. Did you guys bank the 25 yards? I punted. I did not do the 25 yards. We can go look at the Sunday night challenge. Oh, whoops, that's the Sunday. The Sunday night challenge was far easier. It still has a low ask of 143. But if you were, I mean, it's like Mark Andrews, Jamar Chase, and then Lamar Jackson. I mean, this couldn't have been telegraphed more clearly, right? You knew it was going to be Lamar, or you knew it was going to be Burrows, and it was, especially once Higgins went down, there was almost a lock it was going to be Jamar Chase. And even though Devin Duvernay was flirting with it a little bit, Mark Andrews came in and was like, "Sup, girl." So shout out Mark Andrews. You need Lamar for the end of the week challenge too. That's right, Mac Attack. We'll actually, why don't we do this? Now that we see that, I just like, again, excuse me, I like when I'm like, okay, it's just these 3 moments. I don't need to do some math to figure this shit out. Let's go. We can look at the end of the week challenge over here in the Flash Challenge terminal. Hey, and just a reminder, on Wednesday, TJ from Own the Moment is going to be coming on the NFL show, and he's going to talk a little bit about OTM Premium because that's coming around the corner. We're just a little less than a month away from that. And then we'll go. From there. Anyways, so here's the Flash Challenge terminal. And we have Taysom Hill's in there right now. And then you got Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. That's your top 3 quarterback rushing leaders. So the floor or the one that has the risk of popping out is Lamar at 58 rushing yards, right? There is a world where Mahomes gets more than that. Derek Carr scampers, but I don't know if he's going to be getting over like 60 yards. So Mahomes will be one to watch. I think a lot of people right now are probably rooting for someone to get more than 134 yards tonight. If I had to guess, it's Kelsey or it's Devontae. Devontae would allow for a little bottleneck action, I think, although Mike Williams kind of serving as that right now with where he only has a rare. But again, he's got 3 of those freaking rares, so it's whatever. That's what the end of the week challenge is looking like. And then there's a low ask right now of Miles Bryant, who is a defensive linebacker, defensive back from a team that allows a few his total points. And that's at 15. That was for like the one-off thing, right? So something to keep in mind. Here we go. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do right now? Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once and I'm doing a bad job. All right, hold on. But yeah, how many people are on pace for 100 yards right now? How many more people are on pace for 100? I think I'll show you what I'm sitting at right now. Do I have NFL All Day up on there right now? I don't. I'll show you what I'm sitting at right now, and it's going to be close. I'm either going to get 100 on the dot, because I do think I'm going to do the end of the week, because that one made more sense to me than completing the playback for the Sunday one. I'm at 50 yards right now. Right here. But I also completed the because that hasn't gone live yet, right? The Sunday night challenge. Yeah, so I'll be getting 15 yards from the Sunday night challenge. So that'll get me to 65. That'll get me to 65. the end of the week would get me to 80, and then I would need the Monday night pregame. Ooh, maybe. I don't know. 15. Oh, yeah, that's right. 8. Oh, no, maybe I'm not. Oh, wait. Sunday night, Monday night, 15:30. Okay, yes. So, yeah, I got a shot at it. I got a shot. Sorry, guys. This is me doing math, like, in real time. Here we go. Me too. Oh, wait. What? Diamond in the street. Shout out Diamond. Hopefully you guys are following him on Twitter. He's dropping a lot of alpha. Chris Holloway said he's going for the 100 yards plus extra virgin. Generally don't know the answer. Completed once and I was underwhelmed. Yeah. So Chris, so far it has been based on Momentum Labs, John Boy Skeets crunching the numbers, which shout out momentumlabs.app. You can find that in the show notes as well. But yeah, it has been so far. I mean, who knows? At some point the tide may turn on that, but I don't know. So far. Wait, are people fighting in the chat? Stone Cold, relax. Everybody relax in the chat, you psychopaths. Hey, you know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna rip our man Nick over at Athlete Studio sent over a Richard Sherman NFT. I think he sent over a couple of them actually. We're gonna rip this right now so you guys can see that. Hold on, I gotta move this screen over. Move the screen over. All right, here we go. We're gonna rip this right now. Do I have the ability to gift this or like give this away? That's a good question. I don't know. We'll find out. If I do, I'll give this away. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. You guys can't hear this music, but I'm vibing. I'm vibing. Uh, what else we got here? It's syncing. We're syncing. May take a few minutes. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be chill. Hold on. What happened? Here we go. Let's reveal these bad boys. What do we got? Oh, bang. Richard Sherman, first pro game jersey 165, first pro game cleats 82, first pro game gloves hashtag. Hashtag 131. Hell yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Shout out Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman on Thursday night just absolutely eviscerating, Russell Wilson, which was really fun. Sure, you can give the pack. Oh, I can give the pack links away. Let's go. All right, so I just showed you what I opened, so I can't give that shit away. Quad's asking, what is this? This is the let me throw this back up here. Let's see if I can go. This is the Richard Sherman NFT right here. So let's see. Can I reveal? Oh no, that's what I just opened. Sorry, I'm trying to do this the right way. But Richard Sherman, who is partnered up with Athlete Studio, who they come on every Monday, except for this Monday because it's a holiday. And they partner up with player brands and or they partner up with players to establish a brand. And anyways, I'm doing a bad job explaining this, so I apologize. But that's Richard Sherman. All right, we can give away 2 of these. Hell yeah. So you know what I'm going to do? In honor of Nick, what I will do here. So that one's for me, though, baby. I got to get a little taste. You know what I'm saying? Got to get a little taste. I'll fire up a giveaway here. In order to qualify for the giveaway, you need to like the stream. You need to subscribe to Team Hold. And then you got to put hashtag Mathlete into the chat, baby. And we'll pull 2 of these. Two of these. So I opened up one. And I'll give away the other 2. Thank you again to Athlete Studio for making the magic happen. So like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Mathlete. All right. I don't know. Any other like takeaways from this weekend? From the NFL day streets, from NFL in general. It was such a frustrating fantasy weekend for me that it took a little bit of the fun out of it. I think if I had a lineup that was going well, then it would be, it had like Damian Harris in it. And if my lineup wasn't going well, it had like Ramondre Stevenson in it, right? Like I had a lot of Raheem Mostert. It just couldn't get it all the way. Yeah, We the People says takeaway, Geno is legit. Honestly, that might be the takeaway. Like Geno might be legit. Just play the best plays. Yeah, but big ticket, did you win any of your tournaments or did you like min cash? Although big ticket, you had some solid stuff. Josh Allen wasn't super popular. I think if I knew he was going to be like 10%, I might have gone down that road, but I didn't. But whatever, you live, you learn. As Alanis Morissette once said. It sounds like there is another dog in my apartment. That's what that sounded like just now. Mike, just play cash and win every week. Stop trying to be a GPP bro. Nah, dude, cash is so freaking boring, man. I just can't do it. Oh, congrats. You put in $2, you got $4 back. Boring. No, thank you. Why do that when I can buy some NFL all day NFTs and watch them go down? No, I'm just playing. Starting Gino over Kyler next week. Fake Sharp Cliff is canceled. It does feel that way, man. It does feel that way. I'm excited to lose some money in basketball. You know what I mean? Mix it up a little bit. I've been losing money in football for a couple weeks. Bring basketball out. Let me lose some over there. And then right around when I get frustrated about that, the World Cup's here and I can lose some money on the World Cup. I like to differentiate where I'm losing money. Also, you know what's wild? I'm realizing I trimmed. I don't know. Did my razor slip a little bit? Look at how much closer to the skin that is. I need to get a shittier camera. Maybe it's just the angles, baby. Maybe it's just the angles. Regulator said, I use my winnings to subscribe to this channel. Let's go. All right. Let's talk a little big picture stuff. So there was a couple of threads that went around Twitter, which shout out Lee Ellis, man. That's why I do that every time when I say Twitter. And Lee Ellis announced he was leaving No Dunks. And that podcast, I think, came out on Friday. Very happy for him. Honestly, was like a little emotional. There's the gang, it's the gang. But yeah, there were a couple of threads on Twitter talking about being like, what we described earlier, right? That there's this gamification versus like actual collecting. So there's few VIPs or a handful of VIPs who have spent a lot of money initially on the platform that are now seeing their way out because they don't see it moving up anytime soon because of the way it's been structured around gamification. And then there's also people who aren't collecting NFL all day that are putting threads together to take victory laps, being like, see, it's also going down. Which, like, good for them. I get it. That's how I felt about the NBA Association NFT, right? I was so excited to see that fail. I don't know. I think there's an interesting conversation to be had around that, but I think a lot of our feelings or a lot of our trepidation, if you will, around NFL all day probably comes from the fact that we had the experience that we once had with NBA Top Shot. And so I think a lot of us, we like a shit detector goes off and we're like, oh no. Like I know there was a Twitter thread that they're looking into right now that somebody who got the #1 NFL NFT, I don't know if it's for the Dolphins or the Jets or whoever, or the Bengals, Rams, whatever, was like the same person that had the glitch in the UFC strike. And so there's like some concern around that. I know they're looking into it. There's issues with, like with the new moments that are coming out. They're like, why are we getting another Mike Williams? But I do think a lot of it stems from our experience with Top Shot. And I think if we allowed ourselves to zoom out a little bit and to see that we are like 5.5 weeks into this whole thing, right? 5.5 weeks into this whole entire thing, we've seen Playbook be relatively successful. We've seen them make adjustments based on not only feedback, but I think like looking at the market. And you can say that based on the price pack that we've seen. You can see that based on the requirements that we've seen. We've seen them roll out a crafting challenge. We've seen them roll out a challenge that included rares and legendaries. Like we're seeing them tweak a lot of the levers that we once wanted. And it's the same. We're seeing them do things that we had screamed about with Top Shot for a long time, being like, oh, more levers. And they're doing all of those things. This doesn't mean like those two things have to be exclusive, right? Like they can be making mistakes while continuing to pull levers. Those two things can exist. Also, I'm seeing my hands right now and I'm feeling like I'm Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights. I'm just like, so I don't think they have to, like, I don't think they are like mutually exclusive. And AJ again mentioned this on the stream on Sunday, that they are like continuing to tweak different things to make sure that they are finding ways to benefit benefit both like people who are collecting long term, but also gamification. They need to make this beneficial for users that have been here for a little while, while also making it appealing and easy to understand for new users that are coming in. There's a lot of different needles that they're trying to thread right now, and I think we are doing a disservice to both the platform and the people behind it if we lose our shit immediately. And if we are putting the bullshit experiences that we might have had with a different platform onto them, if we're projecting that onto them, then we are part of the toxicity, the problem, right? So also, Nick, great point by Nick here. Also, Dapper Labs acquired the number one athlete platform, Athlete Studio. There you go. I think that is an underrated thing. It's a one step closer to bringing more players to the platforms and to the space. But we're going to continue. I think we're going to continue to face like a couple of difficult things moving forward, mainly because like the market's down. And I don't mean the NFL all day market's down. I don't mean that the Dapper market's down. We're talking about like the market. Like globally, everything is a bummer right now. And so until that's adjusted, like we're gonna still see things kind of slip down a little bit. And I don't think that's nuts. I think the biggest difference right now for the people who are actually participating in NFL all day, I think people are having fun. I think people are still having fun. I think a couple of red flags have gone up where like we should pay attention to this a little bit more. But for the most part, I think people are having a good time. And maybe that changes. Maybe that changes as time goes on. But listen, I'll say like we're not seeing moments pump as much for these playbook challenges, right? Like we didn't see the crazy spikes that we once see, or the crazy dips for that matter. But people are still completing it, right? Like is that changed it for anybody? Noam says, how about we just acknowledge that gamification is an integral part of Top Shot, and all day the dip doesn't happen because of gamification. It happens because of supply and demand. Yeah, man. I think that's a really good point. Also, like, here's the thing. Like, we're not getting new users. And the reason we know that, the reason like new people aren't joining, or not the reason, this isn't the reason new people aren't joining, but the reason we know new people aren't joining is because I imagine Dapper would treat this exactly like Netflix, right? Netflix doesn't tell you when a show sucks. They don't tell you when they lose a bunch of users. They tell you, though, when a show's awesome, they'll let you know, like, oh, shit, it's the highest rated show of all time. This is a banger. And if that was happening, we would see it's the same way that Top Shot every once in a while will tweet something out and be like, holy shit, Steph Curry sold for $15,000. Right? That's the same reason. So they're only going to tell us the good stuff. So if a bunch of new users come in, don't worry. They will be the first in line to tell you. So we know that that's not the case. What else we got? AD helped me keep busy until the NBA season started, which is really close. All day is a failure until the Julio Jones is back up to 70. Good luck, sir. Good luck. We'll be lucky if remember, guys, do you remember when everyone was taking wild victory laps on Julio Jones after 1 week? And then Julio's like, hey, guys, by the way, I'm still Julio Jones, and I'm probably going to tweak a hamstring. I'm going to miss most of these games, okay? So there you go. They've completely changed the way I consume football. There you go. Bought Mike Williams and need Chiefs to win for 100. See, people are still going after it. Jamie says, market going down's not nuts. You just got to load up more. Well, all right. Hold on. We got Right now, we have to play this drop so I don't get Kim Kardashian. Do you know what I'm saying? None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? I have to share this because on this holiday, Canadian Flannel is going to hit 60 yards for the first time this week. I'm so excited. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. All right, let me remind the people, too, we're doing a spicy little giveaway for some Richard Sherman's NFTs. All you got to do is like the stream, subscribe to Teamy Hold, and then put hashtag Mathlete into the channel. Johnny Johnny says, we also don't know what moments will hold value long term. Everyone keeps saying Series 1, but it keeps going down. Yeah, but I mean, this is the same thing we said on Top Shot, too. I think NFL is a little bit harder, which is why the gamification is probably a little bit more important, because it's hard for these moments to continue, like with football specifically, right? Like, it's hard for a big name in football. It's hard for a name in football to have a career that is like, that has longevity in it. We see with quarterbacks. Sometimes we see with wide receivers. Very rarely in this day and age do we see with running backs or even defensive players. Flock for it new. There you go. Welcome. Thank you for being a VIP. The sweater is giving big knives out energy. Hell yeah. I'll take that. That's a huge comp. Huge compliment. Nook Nook. Are there new people here today? Nook Nook says Playbook makes every game worth watching. Makes the best football year of the life. Yeah. Did you cover the YouTube premium Discord on the morning show? No, Hickey. So, but I did at the beginning of this show. There was actually no morning show, but now that more people are here, I will remind the people. So yeah, we updated some of the Discord. We tried to reorganize it a bit. I also wanted to provide a little bit more utility for some of our hashtag VIPs. So if you sign up for our Discord VIP, which there's a link in the show notes, $1.99 a month, it gives you access to a bunch of gated channels within the Discord. Mostly around NFL All Day and NBA Top Shot. We'll also have some So Rare stuff, which I'm very excited about. We should have more information on Sexy So Rare in the next day or so. So yeah, if that's your vibe, come jump. Be like Flock for New. Go get in there, sign up. We appreciate the support. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with like in the wide world of Dapper. I think it's okay to separate your thoughts on Top Shot and your thoughts on NFL All Day. I think the biggest difference right now with NFL All Day is that people are having fun. But I do still think I think their margin for error is thin, right? They don't have the same excuses that Top Shot has, where they got to watch Top Shot do their thing and then make adjustments, right? While Top Shot's trying to make adjustments on the fly, which is obviously a lot harder. Where NFL All Day, they have the runway to see that. So their mistakes probably, as we move on, will be under more of a magnifying glass, because it's like, hey, you knew this. And you can see it with like a lot of the pack drops. They've been doing a really good job of like plugging holes instead of just minting a ton of shit. But when we do see things like the Mike Williams get a third rare, I mean, it raises flags. And yeah, the communication is way better, which also brings up another point that I wanted to bring up. I saw a tweet over here from Janie that came out today about and I'm not trying to like pop off about anything. But I just saw the general manager of NBA Top Shot tweeted out something about communications, right? And it says, the tweet says, Top Shotters, where would you like to receive updates such as drops, challenges, and feature rollouts? And once we have an app, this may be irrelevant, as we will centralize comms there. So Top Shot blog, Twitter, Discord, other. A couple things on this real quick. Okay. One, remember a week ago, this was all going to Reddit. What happened? Why? I mean, I'm glad. Did it take everyone? Anyways, it was announced it was going to Reddit. It's not going to Reddit anymore. I also thought like to include like this question, this poll that I'm running actually doesn't matter, because don't you forget, I said an app's coming, whatever. But the thing that I don't understand, and maybe there is reasons for this, and I'd love it. I'd love it if somebody could tell me what the reasons might be. But again, so asking like blog, Twitter, Discord. So every morning, I wake up and I make a thumbnail. And then I download the thumbnail and I update it to StreamYard. And then when I'm done making the link, when I'm done building the stream, a ping goes out that says, "Hey, we got a new show." And then simultaneously I tweet out, it says, "Hey, we got a new show." And if I was maintaining a blog, I'd also have that ready to go and say, "Hey, we got a new show." So I'm kind of curious why it has to be one, and maybe there is a reason. But I just don't know why we're unable to have a tweet, a Discord message, and a blog update happen rather simultaneously. And so if I'm curious, I really am putting that out there. Like maybe there is a reason, and that I'm like overlooking or overseeing. So if anybody has that, thought. Noam saying, I think Reddit was to replace the Twitter spaces. Okay, thank you, Noam. Maybe I had that wrong. Thanks, Noam. That does sound right. But yeah, I don't know. I just feels like that's something we shouldn't be able to do. Isn't this the reason for Hootsuite to mass message the same info? Yeah, that's. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe there is a reason. Maybe there is the reason. And as Hoobastank once said, and the reason is you. Yeah, never forget Hoobastank, dude. People don't talk about Hoobastank enough. I've been saying that for years. One of my favorite jokes was my friend. This is a fun story. His name is Quentin, but he went by Cannon. And I hadn't seen him in a long time. And we met up for a drink, I think. I think we were all getting drinks. Now I can't remember. I just remember him going, Hooba stank, more like Hooba stuck. And I thought that was like an all-time joke. All-time joke. Dapper needs woof from The Office. Yeah, we do. We do. Twitter polls in charge of top charge. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. Maybe this is a private conversation in Discord. Maybe it's a private conversation. We get that behind the paywall. If I'm going to talk shit, you got to pay $1.99. You'll pay $1.99, baby, for that good. Anyways, hey, we are 10 days away from the NBA season, so looking forward to starting the year off with the Celtics Sixers and that full day stream. We are partnering up for So Rare. We're partnering up with So Rare. I'm going to have a referral link for y'all in the next couple of days, and that's going to be that. For those that don't know, we'll do an explainer video on So Rare and what that means moving forward. But they do a great job. It's like a fantasy. Oh, it's 8 days away. I'm sorry. I was thinking a week was 10. It's a fantasy game, similar to like what you've seen with like DraftKings Rainmakers, but we'll have an explainer. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a referral link. Very excited to partner up with them, where you have to worry a little less about it being a collectible versus gamification versus black. They know what they are. So, yeah, can you share information about So Rare? All I can say right now, they currently have a game for football that's been fairly successful. They also have a baseball one as well, and basketball should be launching this week. I think they are going to be ready to go for the first game of the season. What's pretty cool about So Rare is you don't have to dump a lot of money into it to play it. There's definitely cheap ways to play. I know there's a lot of people in the Discord. DJ Local, I believe, is in those streets, although maybe I misremembered that. But you don't have to pay to play. However, obviously you can do better if you put some money into it. So yeah, they're going to be partnering the stream. They, full disclosure, Top Shot they said they were going to partner it, and then they were like, hey, JK, what wallet do they use? They are on the ETH streets. They are over in the ETH streets. But we'll have a full explainer for it. We'll talk over it. We'll talk about it a bunch in the coming days. I'm going to wait till I'm supposed to be getting some more fun information about it. Matt, yeah, I did want to pull this up too. The dynamic duos. I actually was excited to have a fun little rant about this. So I'm going to pull up NBA Toppy Shotty. I'm going to pull up NBA Top Shot. I'm going to pull up the dynamic duos. And then I feel like we haven't had a spicy rant in a while. And I think we'll fire one up right now. So once I get this cooking. Also, hey, don't forget, we're doing a giveaway for some Richard Sherm NFTs. Like the stream, subscribe, #mathlete. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. We got 43 entrants and 93 people watching. What y'all doing? Yeah, let's pull up the dynamic duo. So some of the supply of those are out. Not all of the moments have been released, but just all of the Cavs, all the Hawks, the Wizards, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Boston Celtics. Shout out to Real Rad Dad, who over the weekend pulled the perfect mint, 750 out of 750, which was fire. All right, let's take a look at this. So here we go. Ready? Cleveland Cavaliers, low ask for $289. Paul Pierce and KG, $219. Milwaukee Bucks, $199. Atlanta Hawks, $104. Washington Wizards, $100. What are you doing, Top Shot collectors? We can't yell at Top Shot for this. You locked so many goddamn moments to get in the top 750. You lock those moments for a full ass year. And then the second you get the reward, you're like, let me flip this for a Hundo. That's it. What is the thought process there? What was the thought process? Was that the thought process from the very beginning where you're like, you know what I should do? I should lock up to 900 different moments of one team for a full ass calendar year so that I can get one moment to flip for $100. What are you doing? Even if you're mad at Top Shot right now, why would you do that? That feels like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. And I know everyone's going to point at it and be like, oh, another L for Top Shot. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's one person to blame, and it's the person looking in the mirror right now. That is your fault. That is insane to me. $100 for John Wall and Bradley Beal. Because here's the thing. If you're not a Wizards fan, why the fuck did you lock those moments anyways? You should have sold those all for like $3 or $4 when they pumped up a little bit. You locked all of those for $100. In what world? In what world? That's bonkers to me. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I would love to hear any reason from I would love to hear from anybody in the chat that can explain to me why it makes more sense to sell that for $100. John Wall and Bradley Beal. Again, even if you're not Wall and Beal guys, what is going on? What is going on? Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Oh man. Let's see. Let's look at the John Wall right now. How many 23 for sale, and we're at a low ask of 100. The fuck. This, I'm not huge on these. Again, because I didn't get any. But if I had gotten the Nuggets one, I would have been like a lot. Not even lock. I don't even need to lock it. Who cares? Who cares about locking it? I just can't imagine flipping it. Like all of that work. How many times were you refreshing things to see where you were? Everybody was complaining, oh, you're moving the goalpost. How come you're not going to tell us what day you're going to lock? How do I know? Do I have to keep checking? Then you finally get it. You finally get that reward that you were a psycho about for all summer long. $100. It's wild. And I'm not saying go buy those. I'm not even interested in them. I just can't imagine. I don't understand the thought process. Wow. Oh, man. It's crazy. I swear to God, if you sold that, you should not be allowed to tweet anything critical for a full calendar year. That's the price of selling the moment that you locked a shit ton of moments for, is you are no longer allowed to you have to lock your Twitter account. You can't even like tweets that are critical if you sold that for $100. That's nuts. That is nuts. Someone in the chat, own it. If you sold it, own it. Regulator says 95% of the people have kept them. Yeah. Wait till they get Batum and Kemba. Ivan, let me ask you that. I blame Hornets fans. If you thought you were getting somebody else but Kemba and garbage, that's on you, dude. That's on you. If you thought it was anybody else but Kemba, it could have been Kemba and freaking Steve Clifford. That would have been your best. Put a coach in there. Man. Exactly. Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. Give me Tom Brady and Rashay Caldwell. Oh, God. Wild times. Man, I'm glad I remember that. I forgot that I was getting ready to yell. I forgot about it. I saw that this weekend. Took a screenshot. I think I put it in the Discord. I was like, a bunch of morons. Wild times. Man. All right, what else we got? Luis says, Mike, let them sell. NBA Top Shot is dead. No, it's just temporarily dead. It's wounded. It's been caught. It just got, it's just like a moine of flesh wound. So it's a flesh wound. Top Shot's going to be fine. It's just short term. It's going to be a real problem. It's going to be a real problem short term, I think. But who knows, right? We are, like I said, 8 days away from the beginning of the NBA season, which means are we going to get a roadmap, do you think, in 2021, 2? What year are we in? 2022? Do we get a roadmap this year? I think we will. I think it comes this week, right? It has to come this week. It'll be vague as hell. But whatever. We'll get an initial pump. It'll feel good. They've told me they aren't doing any content around tip-off. They're not doing any content around the first game of the year. Maybe they'll be sending some collectors to Boston, and maybe they'll be sending them to where's the other game? It's the other game in Golden State. I can't remember. But yeah, so hopefully we start seeing some upwards trajectory. I think we all need it. We need the basketball season to start just so we stop like reading into tweets and stuff. It doesn't, it doesn't change the fact that like they still have some stuff they need to address. Like clearly they still have some infrastructure stuff, based on Luis, we talked about it earlier, my man. We talked about it a little bit earlier, the UFC strike hack. We did. And last week. But yeah, we need that stuff. Gnome says roadmap will make lower mints, and we are keeping our right to decide what happens as the season goes. Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what it's going to look like. I know a lot of people said where we're going, we don't need roads. I know. Reminds me of that fun rant I had where something about using peanut butter, but I don't know. What else you guys got for me? I got a few more minutes. We still got the giveaway. So if you haven't done the giveaway yet, like the stream, subscribe, #mathlete, and then I'll send over the link for those sick ass Richard Sherman NFTs. So yeah, there you go. Do that. We'll give that away momentarily. And yeah, what else you guys got for me? This is what happened. Look, I took the morning off. Got a lot of energy, high energy this morning, ready to cook. Kawaisenberg's in the street. We're going to be doing our underdog show on Thursday this week. Kawaisenberg's going to come back on. We're going to talk about how the double dribble's probably not going to fill and that we should sell everything we own to try to fill that. Are the Kings making the playoffs? Says no. Dude, I think the Kings are making the play-in. I think they are. Also, I was watching No Dunks this morning. It's just so good to have No Dunks basketball content back. They were showing the odds. The Nuggets are plus 650 to land the number 1 seed in the Western Conference at the end of the regular season. Dude, ship it. Give me that. Mike, you going to buy the NFL All Day pack tomorrow? I think so. I think I'm going to line up for the premium. I might not buy the common pack. I might just do the premium. I might sit out the common. I'm going to wait for John to tweet out buy or sell. John usually helps that stuff out. So I'll wait for Johnny Boy. Oh, Johnny Boy. What max packs are you? No, I'm not buying anything right now. I'm not buying anything. All right, Season 1 or Series 2 rares worth... Ooh, Diamond... Okay, so Diamond asks, are Series 1 or Series 2 rare worth more than 3 months? I'm going to go the other way, Diamond. I'm going to go the other way because it depends, right? It's all going to be based on how many there are. So, like, the Series 2 rare... So like CeeDee Lamb, right? We're burning for CeeDee Lamb right now. Say there's going to be 500 of those, right? That one will be worth more than the Series 1 rares because we're not going to have enough of them, right? However, it's going to pump less compared to the Series 1 rares, right? The Series 1 rares have more of a shot of pumping because there's more of them, and that means they're the most available ones, the most in circulation if he hits a challenge, which this is what the gamification versus collecting thing is. That's why the conversation is always going to matter, right? Like that one the Series 2 should be worth more, but because there's less of them. But I don't know. That's a good question. I think Diamond, my hot take is that we're going to see some like massive changes to value in the sense that like, I think we'll get more information about, we're going to get more incentive for some of these rares and legendaries to be worth more. That's what I'll say. What would you realistically trade for Wembayama right now? God. A lot, man. I'd trade a lot. Jaylen Brown and our next 10 picks. I wouldn't trade Tatum, though. I still like Tatum. But no, I mean, God, maybe. I don't know. It's hard. I guess it depends what position you're in, like as a team. I don't know. Buy Taysom Hill. Fuck Taysom Hill, dude. Oh, Mike Weisberg. There we go. What else you got in the chat? Yeah, it all depends on challenge utility. It really does. Yeah, 513. Okay, so it's going to be more than 513. Or is that challenge done or is it still going? I can't remember. Are you going to be pissed when Wembayama goes to the Jabs? I'm going to see if I can pronounce his name differently every time. Yeah, I'll be furious if he goes to the Jazz. I hope he goes to the Spurs. I hope he goes to the Spurs. That would be fun. The Thunder would be fun too. The Thunder would be so fun, man. Wembayama, Chet Holmgren, SGA, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, 82-0. James says gamification only matters right now. The collecting part will be fine because it's more of a longer term deal when everyone has Top Shot on their phone, like the app comes with the guys. Listen, can I ask a question? I'm pro app. All right. I like apps. I like apps on my phone. Sometimes I like to log into DraftKings on my app more than I do on my phone. Why is an app coming out the reason people join Top Shot? Why? Because it's a little bit easier? So the only reason new users haven't been signing up is because we don't have an app. I get that it's important for like continuing to move forward. I get that. But I don't buy that the only reason we don't have new users is because, man, once you get that sweet app, baby. I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong. Jimbo says, do you think any team would take OKC's 9 first-round picks for Wembanyama next year? Dude, you can't. You can't, right? If you're sitting on first-round picks, you can't trade him for Wembanyama. The only way it happens, the only people trading picks are going to be like teams that have a shot at winning it all, right? Noam says, hot take. Top Shot announces... Sorry, I saw another comment that I'm going to share in a second that I'm going to fight back on. Top Shot announces that the top 400 on the leaderboard of the team that drafts Wembanyama will get his 4K air. Oh, fuck yeah. I was thinking about that. I was trying to think about like what is the next Top Shot moment that I get really hyped about. I'm excited for Zion's first moment when he comes back. I love Zion. I'm excited for him to be back. But I was legit thinking about that last night when I was listening to podcasts. Okay, so because all right, so the youth. So you say because it pumps in the app store on the front page and because of push notifications. So, all right, guys, maybe I'm wrong. I'm happy to be wrong, but you also need to, in order to get push notifications, you also have to be into basketball NFTs, right? Right? Because you're not, like, I get that it helps the current user base. Like, I would love to have an app. It'd be way easier than logging in on my phone. I totally agree. I know it makes it easier. It makes it easier to download if that's the thing you're into. I just don't know how many people are like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I get accessibility is important. I think I totally agree. What else you got? Push notifications are huge. You think so? You think that's why? I think the app is so overblown, but maybe I'm a boomer. Yeah, again, maybe I'm that way too. Maybe I'm just boomer central, baby. I agree. I do agree that like it's helpful for the current user base. Maybe it gets like the current users who are kind of checked out get more checked in. No, Dick Chuck. I'll be honest. It was Ryan's comment. Dick Chuck. I do think it does reach more people, right? I just think like people are saying, oh, like once the app comes, that's when we're Gucci. I just don't know if that's true. I do think it makes it easier though. Like the app is the new China. Remember when we all got in here like when China? That's what everybody was yelling at. Like 888, the gift set to the moon. That's what everybody was saying, the same things. I think now we're seeing maybe like now we're going like app, dude. App. Once I can send the gift card, NBA Top Shot is gonna go. Also, I will say that is like this is a side note here. If you give someone a gift, right? If you're like, hey, happy birthday, I got you this $25 NBA Top Shot gift card. And that person is not already an NBA Top Shot, you are a bad person. That is a bad friend. That has nothing to do with Top Shot. That has nothing to do with that. Like that $25 gift card is going to be worth 15 in 2 weeks. That's not even the joke I'm making. I just mean you are making like that is, do not give me that gift. If I don't know what Top Shot is, that's a bad gift. That's like you giving me a gift to, I don't know. I can't even think of a good example. That's a gift for you. That's not a gift for me. That is a bad gift. When that gets introduced, do not do that. I think that's bad. The app will come after hardcore. Did you guys see that tweet from the 9 Lives Lounge? Shout out Robbie in the 9 Lives Lounge. They created a whole game. They created a whole ass game and they called it Hardcourt. And then I think they had to change the name. That's just for the 9 Lives Lounge, which is hilarious. That is hilarious. So if you're in the 9 Lives Lounge, congrats. It's very exciting. You get to play a shitty game. No disrespect. They said it was going to be a shitty game, but get in there. All right, what else? Do you think the next threshold is 500 for the leaderboards or top 100 to do a legendary? Top 100 for a legendary makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Mike's been different ever since he got married. Probably. All right, what else we got? Still holding my gift set, waiting for Asia. There we go. How about scrap Hardcourt and just buy out NBA Jam? Dude, would love it. Would love it. What else we got? How do I verify my? Oh, yeah. Hey, if you just signed up for the YouTube VIP and you need to do Discord, all you do is you go to your user settings. Like if you click your name, go to your user settings. Once you go into there, hit connections and then sync to YouTube. Pretty easy. I drive for a living, so an app is way easier. Totally. No, I get like the app is going to be good. I'm pro app. I'm not out on the app. I think the app is going to be very exciting. I'm excited to use the app. I think it's good for everybody that's here. I think people are putting some extra energy into it being like, once we get that app, though, check out that app, though. All the new users. All right. What else we got? Anything else that we need to hit? Look, we made it to a full hour, baby. Carolina coach got fired. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Shout out Matt Rule. I like everyone was saying that he should get fired. And the second he got fired, people were like, dude, you really blaming Matt? He had Teddy Bridgewater, Scam Newton, Baker Mayfield, and Sam Darnold, right? So it is so funny how quickly people switched back to that. That was, but yeah, he needed to get fired, but also so do all those quarterbacks. Dapper, I know we've talked about, I think they're going to address that, Luis. They're going to address that. What's going on in the chat? Chat is feisty this morning. I'm glad everybody's got that same anxious energy that I got. Also, I got some breaking news here. Oh, there we go. That's hell yeah. We get some good news. I think I got another guest confirmed. I'm going to tell you guys this. We're going to end here. I'm going to talk a little bit just to remind people the NBA tip-off show, which is going to be next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, from noon to 8 Eastern. We are going to be cooking with basketball content. We get some sick-ass guests. We've got, I already said, we get some of the Top Shot Hot Boys. We got Samus Vandiari. We got Harrison Fagan. I got I think 2 or 3 more that I'm going to be able to announce in the next couple of days. It's going to be very exciting. We get some really good giveaways. Listen, even if you don't like basketball content, even if you're really busy on Tuesday, even if you don't really like me, please, all I need you to do is just make sure you just have a YouTube tab open that day. We need those numbers to be high. Okay. I haven't worked on anything. This is like the hardest I've worked on something. And it's mainly because someone pissed me off. And so we are going to take Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be rolling. Tuesday is going to be a really good show. The 89 Cavs come back. LG's coming on the show. It is going to be just a fiery, fun stuff. Luis says, Nicholas, you want to hear breaking news live, Mikey channel. Luis, I got to tell you, man, I feel like I see you once every 3 weeks. So we're here. We're live, baby. We're doing it all the time. But yeah, I'm really excited for next week. I hope you guys all tune in. Help spread the word if you can, because I would like for this to pop off. Okay. We'd like it to pop off. I hope everybody has a good day. We're back tomorrow morning, our regular scheduled time at 9 a.m. Eastern. Last call for the giveaway here. We've got 58 entrants. What y'all doing? You don't want that Sherm? We got 2 different giveaways. If you win this thing, shoot me a DM either on Twitter at Mike Zakarian or over in the Discord. You can find in our show notes on this stream right now. You can see a link to our Discord, so go join the Discord. You can sign up for VIP so you get better access in the Discord. And the last link in there we got is the playback, right? So we're going to be doing, as the marathon stream ends, the 89 Cavs are going to be moving over to playback for the second half. We're going to be watching the beginning of the Celtics-Sixers game. So we got a lot of fun shit coming at you. So get in there, do all those stuff. Luis says you're a guest celebrity. There we go. Man, the energy in the chat's wild. Everybody chill, baby. Chill. All right, let's give these away. We're doing it right now. So if you haven't entered it in, do it. You got like 2 seconds to do it for the second one. So here we go. If you win, shoot me a DM. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Who's getting the first Richie Sherm NFT? It is going to Bobby Sesh. Bobby Sessions with number 1. Bobby Sessions with the first one. We're going to fire in one more. Here we go. This is the second one. Who we got? Who's it gonna be? When we don't know you. It is Jordan saying, dude, Jordan just out here crushing it. Out here crushing big dubs left and right. We love to see it. We love to see it. All right. Again, appreciate everyone being here. Good luck on the challenges. Good luck with some Monday Night Football. I hope everybody's fantasy luck is a lot better than mine. I'm not even going to do an intro at the end of the show. I mean, a exit video. We're not going to do it. You're just going to deal with me rambling until the show